So I'm distressing. I just finished distressing this one. I'm doing wet distressing today instead of, I've been sanding all morning. I'm doing a farmhouse table, and I finished sanding 6 chairs, a bench. I still have the table to sand. I'm taking a break from the table set to do a little bit of sanding on these pieces to change it up a little bit. So I'm currently I've got a wet rag. It's almost like a microfiber. It's got a little teeth to it, which I like. This post I've actually painted white, and then I painted it dark teal and teal. It's giving me a little bit of fits with some bleeding, which is varnish and stuff messing it up. So anyways, I'm just distressing, but I don't know if you can hear the rain in the background, but it's pretty crazy outside. I had my garage door open earlier, but I can't let the rain in too much. So this is a good day to work on some projects, and you can see right there how the dark teal is coming through, and that's what I want. I could use sandpaper, but sometimes on these older antique or varnished pieces, when you start sanding down to the varnish definitely wants to bleed, which just causes discoloration. So I think the wet distress actually does a really nice job, because for chalk paint, it actually even smooths out the paint. So you kind of get a little bit of both worlds. Not that sanding and sandpaper couldn't do that. And I posted a video a few weeks ago about different ways to sand. But these little candlesticks and posts do really well. People love them. I have them all over the house, put them on mantles and consoles and things like that. So it's a great thing to maybe even decorate for the holidays, or putting on around your TV. Really frames it nice. And you can find these in thrift stores. Sometimes you can make them yourself. You find something like a post that needs some work turning into candlestick. And that's what a lot of my posts are like. They're just repurposed, maybe a bed frame or something like that. But that's pretty much done. And you can see how all the teal colors are coming through. Start distressing the bottom of this. Kind of a weird post, but it was a bigger post. This is kind of a remnant, but I think it's pretty cool. It has almost a vintage look to it. Almost looks like a military mortar, but as a set, I think it'll be really cool. Put a nice thick candle on top. This is a nice way to distress something without having to make a mess as far as sanding. Well, I have my garage workshop set up to handle the sanding. I'll wear a mask and have a fan blowing, that kind of stuff. But since the rain picked up, I closed the garage because this was a nice alternative. And gives me the break from having to have dust everywhere. So I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. It's amazing how fast we can run right into December and Christmas. So I've kind of put a lot of my efforts in the last few weeks on smaller projects like these posts, because people are really decorating right now. They want the house and maybe even the office to look good for the holidays. And these kinds of things are really a great addition for that. You can maybe even tie a bow on it, put a Christmas candle. As you can see, it doesn't really have much contrast, but the bottom does now with the distressed. It's really going to come down to how much elbow grease you want to put into these and how much distressing. If the wet sanding is not doing it, try more water or a different type of rag. to something a little bit more abrasive. And it wouldn't hurt to even come back with the light sandpaper and add a little bit more if you feel like the wet distressing is not doing it. Now, just so you know, I actually used shellac to try to keep the varnish and everything. These things are really shellac, and the stained varnish was flaky and kind of a mess. So I shellacked it to seal all that in and painted it light gray. And then I painted about 2 coats of white. And don't get me wrong, I got about 10 posts I did at one time, so it was less time per post, if you will, less prep. Right now, there's a little bit of gray showing through, a little bit of the wood. And when I'm done, I'll put some polyacrylic or top coat on these, which I'll put on with a brush. You can spray a top coat, but that'll seal everything, make it durable, where you can actually wipe it off and clean it. So there's the finished result. Let's see. I consider this a mild or light distressing. You keep going, depends on how much you want to distress it. But now I have a matching set, and I'll sell them individually, but more than likely someone will buy them as a set so they can put them next to their TV or on a dresser, something like that. Those will come out really nice. This is not a candlestick, this makes a nice post for decorating. Now this one I didn't paint gray. I actually painted more of a chocolate color first. It's a really nice look. And then a couple coats of white. And then all I'm doing is taking a wet rag and rubbing it. I don't really want to go to the wood. I also shellac these as well. I just want to bring out that chocolate color so there's a nice contrast. I'll say a little effort. You can see the contrast. The main reason for my goal when I'm distressing is I want this post to look like it's 100 years old and been passed down, or somebody years ago painted it. So there's wet distressing at its best. So here's the other matching post. So I'll do the same thing on it.
That's the end of the show. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell before you go. Bye.